Hello, welcome to the Voices and Stories podcast hosted by me, Kafuki Jada. Today's edition, we are going to be joined by Bush Buse, who is the chairperson for the Mundari Cultural Festival 3rd edition. He's joining us to speak on culture, togetherness, and also to speak about some of the challenges that are facing young people in South Sudan. Hello, Bush.
Hello, Kafuki.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
I don't know how they say it in Turkeka.
Dawiye, yeah. Dawiye, you know, we're Spanish speakers.
Yes, yeah. You're welcome to the Voices and Stories podcast.
Voices and Stories.
Yes.
Okay.
You're welcome. It's an honor to have you here today with us.
I'm honored and delighted to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes. Thank you for coming. So we want to start from the very beginning and from the basics. We want to know when someone gets to know you, who are you? Let's start by who is Bush Buse? For somebody who's meeting you for the very first time.
I am Bush Buse, a peace builder, youth activist. I work for Whitaker Peace and Development Initiative as a program coordinator and the co-founder of a national civil society organization called Salam Junub, and also another initiative called Tech Tea Together. So these are some of the things that I do in the civil society space, and I am passionate about peace building and culture.
Yes. Okay. Definitely the culture one stands out very strong. You've come dressed up in your cultural attire, which is very, for the past few, should I say months or since the festival
Even
happened?
before that.
Yeah.
My wedding, or you can say our wedding, was traditional.
I saw.
The Mundari wedding.
Yeah.
And before that, I've been wearing the Mundari attire whenever I travel out of the country.
Okay.
Yeah. To South Africa, Botswana, where in Europe, I've been wearing this. And that has also inspired other South Sudanese. Even though they are not from Mundari, they feel inspired. And people ask questions like, now I want to go out to the US to represent South Sudan. What attire will I wear? Yeah, what comes to their mind first is the Mundari attire.
Yes.
Yeah.
How did that come about, your love for culture? Is it something that you've grown up with since you were young? You always just loved culture? Was it something that was like an aha moment where you just woke up one day and you said, you know what? I don't want to be putting on official outfits. I want to be wearing my Mundari cultural attire.
You know, when I was young, I spent most of my time in the carol camp before coming to school. And this is where the name Bush emanates from. And so being somebody who grew up in the carol camp, in the villages, doing all those stuff, I have that feeling of connection to my roots, the culture and tradition of the Mundari, as well as other cultures of South Sudan. So looking at what is happening in the country, I feel like culture becomes the soft power to address some of the issues facing us in South Sudan. It helps to unite people. It helps to promote peace. And so I've taken that direction to try and contribute in nation building. Yeah.
I mean, taking us back to your wedding, which, if I remember vividly, before your wedding, there was a culture of South Sudanese wearing foreign outfits to their wedding. So people would be dressing in other cultural attires. They could be African, but they could also be from abroad. But it was like there was no sense of traditional attire prior to your wedding. If I remember correctly, you did the Mundari wear, you and your wife. And then from there, it became like a trend where, as you're seeing now, a lot of South Sudanese are doing, during their weddings, they will do photo shoots in their cultural wear. I don't know if it's just me who thinks that, or do you also think that?
Well, many people think like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the fact, is the truth, yeah.
Yeah, many people think like that. And looking at the principle of democracy, one would subscribe to that. But again, before my wedding, there's been other weddings in the villages. Okay. Like the Mundari used to do their traditional weddings in the villages, only that they did not bring it out to the spotlight. Okay. At a national level, something organized in Juba, at a bigger scale that brought a lot of people, and it was done traditionally. Okay, it was authentic. Like this is South Sudanese cultural or traditional wedding. People say it is the first, so I don't want to be the one saying that.
You don't want to claim and say, I'm the pioneer, I'm the one who started this.
Yeah, normally I leave everything to the people to be the ones saying that.
Yeah. Because I could remember vividly, before that, there was no many trend. Of course, it was there, it was happening. So, I mean, culture is something that is in us. It's not something that we do once in a while, or when you wake up and you feel like being cultural today. It's actually just who you are and how you talk,
if it was there,
move.
If it was there, maybe some sort of a blend of South Sudanese and Western, like from the West Africa, from the West, like the US and others. Yeah, those kind of things maybe could have happened. But we just wanted to do it that way, and it has to end there. Okay, like people had expectations that after the traditional wedding, there's going to be a white wedding. And I'm like, white wedding is for white people. Ours is already done. Yeah. And I also looking at the cost of organizing many events. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, just one is enough. We did that traditionally. If it is about bringing a pastor or people from the church, let them come and join us there. And indeed, we invited them. Yeah, they came there. They did their blessing.
They blessed the traditional wedding.
Yes. It was blessed right there. And then, even though there were questions like, Hida Kalas, this is enough.
I mean, this is your belief. This is what you wanted to do. And I'm sure your family was also okay with it. And in our context in South Sudan, if you do a traditional wedding, that's a wedding, provided you do everything that is called from you traditionally, you just do. But then also, the church bit of it, was it not like, I know there was a lot of push and pull for you to also do a white wedding.
There was that pressure to do a white wedding because people believe that you will have more blessings when you go to the church.
Yes.
And what is the church? It is the people. So since people gathered there, that's already the church.
Yes.
That moment can be created for the pastor to do the blessing within 15 to 20 minutes, and then people continue with the rest of the programs. And so we had to agree with my wife, my beautiful wife, and to be assertive that this is where we end. We're not going to have another thing called white wedding.
Yes.
Because it is just an kind of unnecessary cost to do that. The Mundari one is beautiful like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did not really expect that it would come out successfully and beautifully. The comments were really very good. Some people who were in the markets in other places, when they watch it, they just started running. We budgeted for 1,500 people, but the number that came was more than 4,000. That was the estimate I got.
That was like a whole festival.
like another festival.
Festival.
And after that moment, wearing this mutukeli.
Yeah, it became a trend.
And it is cheap and authentic.
Yeah.
Beautiful, right? This one, that time, it was less than 10,000 pounds. And then you have this mutukeli, the attire made out from these tires. Okay? Did not cost us a lot. And yet, it was beautiful.
Yes.
I believe it was beautiful.
Yes,
and that has actually inspired young people. After that, there were many other traditional weddings, like even in the Mundari.
Yes.
That happened after that, and people were wearing the Mundari attire. And it was beautiful. It was also cost effective compared to white weddings. Because with white wedding, you have to buy the most expensive suits, the white gown, a lot of things that one has to import from outside or buy them locally or just to go and hire. That's a burden. When you are already put under another pressure of paying dowry, the bride wealth, and then again, you have this, it's just too much. So South Sudanese have to think about promoting their own traditions, their own culture. Let us be proud of ours. Because if the Ghanaians and the Nigerians can be proud of theirs, how about us, the South Sudanese? We also have ours, and it is beautiful.
Yes.
And we're the ones actually to sell. Like when I travel to Botswana, I take some of the jalabia, these attires. Now people are wearing in Botswana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then other friends in other countries, they feel happy. So after some time, in 2, 3, 5 years time, this becomes a fashion in other countries.
Yes.
Yeah, like they will be buying this clothes. This is how we also sell the name of South Sudan.
I want to take us back to the cost of weddings, because this is a very big conversation for young people right now. And there seems to be a lot of pressure on young men who want to get married, and women as well. They talk about the cost. You said that the cost of traditional wedding and then the cost of having a bigger wedding. They said that it is too much. Like it's a lot of money to spend. You as a young person, what would you say to maybe elders or to young people out there about this whole situation?
It's a big challenge facing young people. The high rate of bride price is really crazy, and it is discouraging young people from following the right way of doing marriage. Traditionally, it is shameful to go through the window. You have to go through the door.
The right procedure.
When you go through the right procedure, they'll be like, this one has brought himself. They overcharge you. Okay, they believe you have money because you have come through the door. So that's like encouraging people to go through the window to impregnate a girl, and that causes also conflict. My advice to elders is that originally we used not to pay that kind of hefty amount, or those hundreds of cows or animals as bride price. It used not to be there. It used to be like in the Mundari tradition, it used to be less than 20. Yeah, but now it could go to 100, 120. But of course, depending on the appearance of the girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Tall with
taller,
the white teeth.
Yes.
Yeah. The eyes, how the eyes look like. Yeah. So they judge accordingly.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the size of the family. If it is a big family, like where I married from, it's a big family. Yeah. Because all those people in that family or in that clan, they have to get their shares. Yeah. Yes. The wives, the children, the what. So it could even go to 100 plus or even more. Yeah. So that has to be reduced to allow young people to marry. And the Bible says, let us multiply. How do we increase the population of South Sudan if we don't reduce the number of cows? And that will also help address other issues facing young people like cattle raiding and theft. Young people now get the pressure to do anything which is not productive to meet the cost of dowry. Okay, like to raid cattle, to steal, and that often causes issues to the young people. You see a lot of young people dying, they kill themselves and creates a lot of issues. So let the dowry be reduced to manageable size or number if it is cows.
Yeah. And then you talk about wearing Mundari cultural attire outside of South Sudan, and it usually comes with a lot of attention, and sometimes that attention can also be negative. I think even, let's just not say outside, but even within South Sudan, have you faced any challenge, maybe access or profiling? People sometimes when they see you dressed like a villager, they will not want to associate. They'll be like, there's that type of perception. I don't know. Have you faced anything like that?
At first, when people see me wearing jalabia, it is associated with people who are backward. Like that kind of a stereotype.
The stereotypes, yes.
Primitivity, what, a lot of stuff. And that's why some people did not want to wear the Mundari attire. Whenever they go for functions, they wear other things. And just because they do not want to show themselves that they are Mundari. Yeah, but then after the wedding, although some people were opposed to that idea, after the wedding, some people now openly became very proud to wear it. Okay? Yeah, people are wearing it now without fear. And yeah, now you can see even non-South Sudanese are, which is good. We appreciate diversity. Every South Sudanese can wear it. So recently, when we were doing the mobilization for the Mundari Cultural Festival, we tried to access some offices, senior government officials. I will not mention for the sensitivity of the matter. The security personnel tried to hinder us from accessing the office. And that had to create some argument. I had to argue for about 10 minutes, trying to convince them that we actually have to go like this. This is a South Sudanese swear. And this one that you're talking about is for white people. Okay. This other one like this is for Ghana. This one is for Nigeria, but this is for South Sudan. And we have to go there so that we try to sell it. That is when we were allowed to go after a struggle. Yeah. So my message to the government is that let us be proud of our own attire. It's beautiful. If the white man can be proud of his, how about us, the South Sudanese? Like when you dress like a Bari, you dress like a Pojulu, like a Shuluk. Yeah. They are very beautiful. They are very nice. And then we can also modify. Some of the attires, they expose certain parts of especially for ladies. They can just be modified. The lao, like you can cover some sensitive parts when going to those offices. Yes. But for us men, like this, I think it's okay.
Yes. Now let's talk about the festival. First of all, I want to talk about the Mutukeli because you seem to be very proud of the Mutukeli. You mentioned somewhere, I think on your post on social media, how Mutukeli is very, I think, long-lasting or something like that. These are shoes also that it speaks to South Sudan identity because it has been there for a very long time. But ideally, I don't think people would want to wear or associate with as well.
The Mutukeli, this Mutukeli that you see,
What is Mutukeli, first of all? Is it any shoe that is made out of tires?
So Mutukeli literally is translated as dye and leaf, meaning it is very strong. It's made up of tires. It's from tires and it is very, very strong. You can live with it for so many years. Traditionally, the people in the cattle camp and those in the villages, they wear it because it lasts.
It's an investment.
And you don't have to struggle buying shoes. Going through the bushes with it. So it is very, very, very good. And it is also beautiful, you see. When I wear it, you feel free, feel good. You can drive with it. It is easy. It is good. And it is authentic. Like this is South Sudanese.
South Sudanese.
Yeah. Wow. Open shoes.
Yes. That's really good. Now we want to talk about the Mundari Cultural Festival that just recently concluded. It was a 3-day event and it happens yearly, right? Can you just talk to us about the Mundari Cultural Festival?
Yeah, the Mundari Cultural Festival was spectacular. You know, from 16th to 18th January this year, the festival attracted approximately more than 100,000 people. That's the report that we're getting from the members of the committee, because there were other activities happening beside the actual festival. So this festival was organized with an aim of celebrating, preserving, and promoting the rich cultures and traditions of the Mundari people and promote peaceful coexistence in South Sudan. You know, the slogan in Mundari says, we are Mundari, we are Mundari, we are the strength of the nation. And indeed, Mundari were able to demonstrate that they are the strength of the nation by bringing people together from the 64 tribes as well as international visitors. That has provided an opportunity for interaction. It has created hope where other people felt hopeless because of what is going on in the country. There are a lot of difficulties. Okay, the economic situation is not doing well. Conflicts or rumors about conflict in Jungule and other parts of the country. So the festival came at that time when the country was going through a lot, and it has provided that hope. People were going to the festival, they were dancing. If it is Bari, people all come and dance with the Bari. If it is Mundari, they go and dance. They clap for the Bari, they clap for other tribes, they clap for Mundari, they clap for Pojulu, they clap for everybody. That is what we call appreciation of diversity. Like we appreciate our rich cultures, our rich heritage as South Sudanese. And it has also contributed to relieving stress and trauma. In this country, I tell you, Kafuki, almost everybody from the top to the last person is traumatized People go through psychosocial issues because of the economy, others who have lost their dear ones. So that festival made people to smile. And they are like, oh, wow, South Sudan is not all negative. There are good things happening. And this culture has become like a soft power that can be used to unite the people of South Sudan more than peace talks, more than peace agreements.
Yes. There are two things that you mentioned that I think is really interesting. One of them is how the diversity was also a point of the Mundari Cultural Festival. People were able to come from all tribes of South Sudan and be part of the Mundari Cultural Festival. And I can see these days is a bit of, talks. People online mostly will talk about how there's competition. They feel like perhaps there's cultural competition between other tribes. Do you think there's any form of competition? And what would you say about that?
For us, the Mundari people, we don't have any notion of competition. We are celebrating our culture. We're celebrating South Sudanese culture. And our aim is to unite the people and also to use this culture to advance other agenda, like developmental agenda, because we have seen we're lagging behind in terms of development, infrastructural development. We want to see schools, hospitals, hotels being built in Terkeka. I want to see the tourism sector develop in Terkeka. We want to see construction of Mundari Cultural Center happening, or museum. So these are some of the objectives, besides the unity and the peaceful coexistence. So that's the focus of the community. What is happening on social media, I think these are the commanders of social media doing that. and we are out of that. We are not in competition with any tribe. We are not in competition with Pojulu. We are not in competition with Jing. They are also coming up for theirs. And so if anybody who is thinking like that, you should really stop doing that. There is no culture which is better than the other. All cultures are beautiful. These are our cultures. When the Pojulu conducted theirs, they also invited the Mundari. We attended. When Bari have the Jubek Day, they invite the Mundari, we go. If we do ours, we invite the Bari, we invite every tribe. And that is how we should be. That is how South Sudan should be. So that argument and that debate really about which one is the best, I think is not necessary.
Could you tell us also, the festival happens every year. It has happened now for 3 times. This is the 3rd time in 2026. Why did this year why did it become so different from the other 2 festivals that were happening?
Thank you. That's a good question. This particular festival had some fundamental elements that led to the success of this vibrant event. One of them is effective leadership, clear vision, and strategic planning. So those were the 3 elements that really help us to organize it in a bigger way and a better way. It pulled a lot of people. The publicity, was amazing. And under my leadership, I consider these 3 important elements. Number 1 is consultation. We did a wider consultation at the community level so that community will take ownership of the festival by contributing in kind or financially. People bring goats, cows, Like this, Juba was split into 5 zones: Juba Central, Juba West, Juba East, Juba South, Juba North, and there were teams moving to all these areas from door to door. For the Mundari, those in the market selling meat, the loaders, all those ones were rich in Juba here. The ones in the 10 payams of Terekeka. And then we designated some people to be in charge of the diaspora in the US, the Mundari in the US, in Australia, in Canada, in Europe. Everywhere we had a team doing mobilization and telling people about the Mundari Cultural Festival. So that is the first thing that we did to gain the full support of the community, the youth, the women, the elders, the chiefs, everybody. And there, the second element is involvement. Involvement of the people, involvement of the government from the lowest level to the top, from the lowest to the presidency. We engage them all. And that's why you see that very Friday, the 16th, there was no council of ministers because everybody was interested, including the president. He wrote his own speech that this speech should be read during the Mundari Cultural Festival, and then delegated to one of the vice presidents, and other vice presidents came, ministers, the special envoy, the other government dignitaries, the governor of Central Equatoria state. So a lot of people, and also government dignitaries from the neighboring states, and many other people traveled from other states. They Shuluk, from Warab, from where. So people came in big numbers. And then the third element is information sharing. Was really good, and we're very thankful to Hot in Juba. They did a good job. Other media houses, Miraya, SSBC, the Facebook pages, Morager, and others did a very, very good job. Actually, close to 100, media houses and citizen journalists covered the Mundari Cultural Festival, and then engaging corporates, partners coming on board, like Britam, Upton Media, the one with the billboard. And then there are others that really supported this event. This has made the mobilization vivid, and then also bringing more ladies in the committee. Okay. Sometimes when we go for those meetings with the government officials or these corporates, out of 6, 4 will be ladies and only 2 gentlemen. And you know how ladies attract attention. That attention helps us to get resources and also to pull people to come for the festival. So they are very, very strategic. They are very important when it comes to everything. Let us involve them.
Okay.
Yeah. Then the fact that that invitation was extended to everybody in South Sudan, okay, made this third edition of the Mundari Cultural Festival different. Involvement of everybody, including the government. And the fact that there were other events happening beside the main cultural festival. Like you see at the riverside, we designated that for refreshment. People go and eat fish there. If they want to dance there, they go and dance. They go for boat cruise. And then we also had other departments. So actually, I delegated people also to take care of the tourists, those going to the cattle camps, those who just want to be at the roundabout. There were people. So people enjoy it in different ways. And then there were those who are interested in attending the actual festival and the different activities that actually happened within the festival.
Yeah. What would you say were some of the biggest lessons learned from the Mundari Cultural Festival?
The biggest lessons include ownership. Mundari took ownership of the festival. Like over 60% of the budget was financed by the Mundari people. It's not coming from anywhere. The Mundari really put their hands together in terms of the money, in terms of the resources, in terms of, the physical presence, traveling from all the Payams. Using their own transport, even others moving on foot. This is the first thing that people have to look at. The second element is the wider consultation, involvement, and the use of the media. The use of the media. If you want your festival or your function to be successful, be a friend to the media. They will do the rest of the work. So that when people get information, they're able to come. And in fact, people came in big numbers. And the third one is strategic planning. In a strategic planning, we're looking at how are we going to deal with the road, for example. And then we identify a partner that will take care of that. Like Red Cross, we said, let them deploy 4 ambulances along the road. And they help when accidents happen. They were able to rescue lives. And then also having medical personnel along the road. Also at the festival, somebody to take care of like the hospitals that will reach out, like there is this Nujum, there is a New Kush hospital, and then there are other hospitals to take care of first aid. Somebody to be in charge of the riverside, somebody to be in charge of this. And then there is LSK to do the setup, like the drawing. How is it going to look if you are to take a picture of the venue from above? How will it look like? That drawing has to be done and then assign somebody to do that so that we focus on dealing with other ththings. So that is strategic planning really help a lot. But of course, there was also a challenge, like in terms of time frame. We had a limited time to organize the Mundari Cultural Festival. And I think next time, if there is any committee that is being assigned by the community leadership, they should have at least 6 months. At least 6 months. They can do a lot. So these are some of the lessons learned, and then the fact that we are not selfish as Mundari. We have invited people from outside, because what is the point? The point is for us to celebrate and let people know about our culture, let people know about our traditions, and then we also know about their traditions. That kind of interaction is what means a lot to us.
Thank you so much for joining us. The conversation has been very impactful, I would say. It's good to have you here, and it's good to hear your insights, and this is really great. I appreciate you taking the time to join us on the Voices and Stories podcast. So in conclusion, I would love to know your last message. What is your last message?
Thank you very much. My last message is that cultural festivals are very powerful. They unite people. And we've seen how the Mundari Cultural Festival united the whole of South Sudan. And people feel very proud. People became all Mundari. So I encourage South Sudanese to focus more on cultural activities, because we have seen that they really have the strength to unite people, to create peaceful coexistence, to relieve people from trauma. That is my message. And the fact that in the committee, all of us are young people. We are youth. We are youth and we are useful. So young people have to come out and begin to do activities that will unite the people of South Sudan. And the future of this country lies on the shoulders of young people who are informed, young people who are united and patriotic. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Tinati.